has said that he should be executed.
Yeah, they have. Say it again, though.
No, can you tell me who?
Yeah, the guy who shot him.
Bruh.
So here's another reason why black people weren't necessarily crying over him.
For how they feel about his death, especially minority communities. Black people are better off as slaves. Black women have less brain processing power, which is crazy because we're the highest educated demographic in the country, by the way. 10-year-olds should have to give birth to their rapist babies. Execution should be public, quick, and televised. And children should be able to watch. Black people are only in high-up positions because of affirmative action, not because they are qualified. He called George Floyd a scumbag who is unworthy of the attention he's receiving. He said that gun deaths are an inevitable price worth paying to safeguard the Second Amendment. He told Taylor Swift that she needs to submit to her husband. He said transgenderism is a mental disorder. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. He called Islam a danger to the United States. He said Jewish communities have been pushing hatred against whites. And there's many, many more.
All these points are summarized, or just a specific quote, that if you add the part in front and later, you're going to realize he didn't really say that.
So again, this is why people are like, still was a piece of shit.
If you just take those little snippets out of what he said, though, of course you're going to get some fucked up shit.
That's the problem that is you're seeing this is white nationalism, a little bit white supremacy wrapped up nicely with a suit and a smile. He's telling you all those things, but he's also doing it in a nice
No, it's
manner.
not just a nice way, because those things are snippets of what his whole conversation is.
Okay, whoa.
Right,
So wait,
quote.
why you do that? So are you saying that we needed to hear the whole quotes to think of them differently or see them differently?
I hope that he's qualified as a black pilot. He was talking about especially that if you use DEI and people know that black people are getting jobs because specifically over anyone else because of it and underqualified, that isn't going to make you uncomfortable, or that you have black pilots, there's no DEI, and you know that they got the job just because of that. A woman, go ahead.
I don't need to see the chunks in sour milk to know it's sour. I can just smell it. So what you're about to do is go, well, what he's really meaning is, because do you want somebody who might not be qualified to be?
But that's actually what he said. He didn't say just those few words.
I know. But it's almost like, come on, man. Read between the lines.
How can you say, I understand what you mean, but read between the lines that I see? Maybe that is what you want to justify.
But that's actually what he said. He didn't say just those few words.
I know.
Make 40% of the mass DEI or black people. Then I'm like, why? Anybody that is going to fly a plane and you're telling me you're promoting that, I'm going to be like, is that one of those lower qualified people that is flying a plane? Which means there's a higher chance something might happen, because I prefer to be safe. And if I just say that and think that, that makes me Charlie Kirk?
I really need to see all the quotes from top to bottom to know there's enough accumulated on this dude's quotes to know his spirit is not in the right place. His spirit is not in the right place.
I watched him debate, and he always has been respectful, and he's tried to bring out both sides.
White supremacy with a smile.
That's not white supremacy.
So the part about, hold up.
Most people that did research on him came back with a different opinion.
What the government is trying to do, is to set up programs justified on the assumption that they are equalizing. I think the crucial thing is that when you try to create this equality, you don't create the equality, you create something else. I've been doing studies now for 20 years of programs designed to increase equality. They increase inequality, because even when the programs are designed for disadvantaged groups, they help the affluent members of disadvantaged groups, while the lower members of those groups fall further behind than ever before. And not just in the United States, in India, to some extent in Malaysia, the very same thing is happening.
You don't have to listen to the whole debate of 1 hour, but the specific person that he's debating, usually it might be a 10-minute clip. If you don't have time for that to make a decision, but you can find a reason in that clip to be like, oh my, I'm gonna pop you, bruh, maybe you need to watch a little more. And if you're not doing that, yeah, then I can't take your opinion seriously either. Adelo, remember to subscribe.
¿Por qué?
So the part about black women's brain power.
I need to hear the whole thing.
You
Because,
need to hear that whole thing?
Yeah, because I don't believe that he said it that way.
He said it. I've literally seen the clip.
Let me see the clip.
I saw the clip of him saying it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're here, let me know if you saw the clip and let me know if he has seen the clip.
You really have to wonder. In fact, you know, if we would have said 3 weeks ago, Blake, if we would have said that Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racist. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. Play cut 52.
But I rise today as a clear recipient of affirmative action, and particularly in higher education. I may have been admitted on affirmative action, both in terms of being a woman and a woman of color, but I can declare that I did not graduate on affirmative action. This is my personal story.
I hear because of action affirmative. She can't even say that. We know. It's very obvious to us that you were not smart enough to be able to get in on your own. I couldn't make it on my own, so I needed to take opportunities from someone more deserving. You know, this is how arrogant Joy Reid and Ketanji Brown Jackson and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee are. They're so narcissistic, they think this is persuasive. They think we're like, oh, of course. That's why we need affirmative action, because you have impressed us with your brilliance. Of course. Oh no, imagine the world without Joy Reid. Imagine the world without Sheila Jackson Lee or Michelle Obama or Ketanji Brown Jackson. They think this is persuasive. They think as they kind of now reveal that I'm only here because of anti-white, anti-Asian forced discrimination policies. That turned me into a bitter, resentful activist that hates white people, honestly, through our policy.
And that is a 2-minute clip. And RSP didn't have the time to look at that. He didn't say it's a bad thing. He is just laughing at the hypocrisy that back in the day was it racist to call you, hey, you're DEI, yeah, racist. But now they are advocating for it.
I saw the clip of him saying it.
I haven't seen it.
Andy, I
would like
promise
to
you.
see it.
I've seen it. It exists.
I don't know if he literally said black people. He was referring
Black women.
to the Supreme Court Justice Michelle Obama.
And somebody had a nice retort to that, talking about their brain power. All of them either graduated from Harvard, Yale. You know where he graduated from? Harper College.
Who?
He didn't talk about their brain power in general. He's talking about the fact that you can call it racist one time and suddenly you can say it, but it's not racist. And secondly, he didn't even finish college. But RSP knows a lot what he knows about the little quotes that he gets from TikToks and shorts.
Who?
I don't even think he went to college.
He didn't go to college.
Charlie Kirk.
He didn't go to college.
Harper, somebody said Harper College.
He never graduated.
He
from
might
college.
have.
Oh,
gone for a little
say that
bit,
part
but-
again.
He never graduated.
He never
He
graduated.
talks about it. That's one of his talking
Okay,
points.
so what right does he have to say to women who have graduated from Harvard and Yale their brain power and you didn't even finish?
Let me get this straight. You want to laugh at Charlie Kirk that finished high school, did no college. At 18, he started Turning Point, and right now Turning Point is, I believe, worth almost like 85 freaking millions. Oh no, actually that's the revenue. You're telling me a person that didn't finish college or even start managed to create an empire with Turning Point? And he started at 18 and at 31 years old, so 22 years later, he gangsta, but now he's gone. He didn't create a legacy. Miss me with that. I'm not saying that people that go to college ain't smart. I'm just saying if you didn't need college to reach this kind of money and create this movement, maybe you knew something better.
As far as I know, he didn't even go. He started a foundation.
You're not making the argument better.
Well, it doesn't matter if he went or not. The dude is clearly like really smart.
But no, here's what I'm talking about. Let me get to what I just said. Here you are talking about women who just happen to be of color, coincidence, with low IQs. You didn't even finish college if you even went. So I don't need to see the chunks in the milk to know it's bad. I can smell it.
I don't even understand why you're even talking about college like this for a man that did so much while you're misquoting a quote of a phrase that you didn't even check, that you say it's a whole debate. It's only freaking 2 minutes. You could have checked. In this thing, you're the sour chunk in the milk.
So as you sit here and get ready to go, I need to see the whole quotes. He said enough wild that you know his spirit is not in the right place.
Well,
you know, when the Ukrainian woman thing happened, he was actually really outraged by that as well. But he would start throwing out the statistics. Black people have this high crime rate.
You need to see the whole quote based on what you just heard about him saying about Jews.
Yeah.
You need to see the whole quote.
Because he says some Jewish communities. There are some Jewish communities that have
Isn't it funny?
issues.
He got issues with blacks, women, trans, anything from narcissists to racists to what's the other
Misogynist.
Misogynist. I don't need to see the chunks in the milk. You can't smell it? Why do you need to see the chunks? Let me see the whole thing.
Because the moment you justify that you don't need to listen to the whole clip, you're going to justify a lot of people getting shot. Like, it's common sense.
Why do you need to see the chunks? Let me see the whole thing.
Have you ever watched him?
Yes.
And you took umbrage with everything that he said?
What does umbrage mean? A problem?
Yeah.
I said the only thing I agreed with him on was the transgender stuff. That's it.
I think that he speaks in a way that is non-emotional, and he goes by a way that seems very
he's smart. He knows how to put together to make it sound good. But at the end of the day, when it comes to race, you know, how many times is he arguing about how the demographics are changing? That's a dog whistle, bro. Here's a quote that he was talking about Joe Biden. This doesn't really regard race or anything, but it also kind of plays into like what he would be doing right now if somebody else was assassinated, or in terms of people stoking the fires, how bad the left is. He's one of the most predominant voices, always was on my feed. And I actually did like him, like, you know, his personality, and it makes you think. This is what he said about Joe Biden.
Say that last part again, though. He does what?
What?
He makes you think.
He makes you think.
Okay.
So this is what he said about Joe Biden. Joe Biden, she would talk about Kamala. She would be a lot easier to beat than Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a bumbling, dementia-filled, Alzheimer's, corrupt tyrant who should honestly be put in prison and or given the death penalty for his crimes against America.
God, you said, wait, just 1 second, though. Take that thing, read it, but don't put Biden. Say Trump. Say Trump.
Nobody on the left has said that he should be executed.
Yeah, they have. Say it again, though.
No, can you tell me who?
Yeah, the guy who shot him.
Bruh. Oh my God. Oh my God. I shouldn't even laugh at him. But the idea that they're saying that nobody said that? The idea that nobody said that?
No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core.
Hey, let me shut down the city! We are at war!
We're in a war right now.
We are at war.
So you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
And that's why the gloves are off.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
And yes, there are many threats to democracy. We see it with these extreme candidates.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
You can only push people so far, and then they start to take matters into their own hands.
What the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight.
You know, this is literally call to arms.
The MAGA movement is a threat.
Michelle says that, you know, when they go low,
we go high.
No. With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high.
When they go low, we kick them.
We take them to the mud and choke them out.
And make sure that they stay down. And you know what? Kick them when they're down because they deserve it.
Get up in the face of some Congress people.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your...
We have to fight this in the streets.
We're going to fight it in the streets. It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step out into the streets.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist! You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
He's not going to have a third term. He may not finish this term.
Yes, the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying. There will be news sometime, just so you know.
The idea that nobody said that? I'm shocked. Like, people are getting fired for saying that.
Like this, but I just got let go from the University of Florida as an employee.
Yeah. See, this is the problem that you're trying to equate. I'm trying to say what prominent voices and even politicians say
what I'm
about
saying
people on
is,
the left, and you're saying what the most individual
what I'm
on the other side is saying.
No, and other people have said that he should be put to death. What I'm saying is that there's extremes on both sides, and I don't like the extremes.
Well,
I don't
if
like
we're talking about the extremes. You can literally.
I don't like when he goes into those extremes.
Look, no,
and I don't. And I think
how many politicians on the left right now have you seen saying wishes Charlie? Now you might not like their answer exactly what they give, but have said terrible things about Charlie Kirk. There isn't many. When Paul Pelosi, 2 days after Paul Pelosi got the hammer, I think Mike Lee, the senator of Utah, posted a picture of Paul Pelosi. No, this was Donald Trump Jr. Paul Pelosi Halloween costume, and then had like underwear and a hammer.
I don't like any of it.
Donald Trump himself even was talking about Nancy Pelosi. Goes, anybody know how her husband's doing? This is sick.
But have you ever heard me say that I like Donald Trump?
No, but
you're
not acknowledging that what it is also.
No.
And I've called it before. I think it's a very bad thing. They're having a fun just because maybe the guy was alive. But even if they said it, I don't see a bunch of TikTok and people celebrating it online.
Person out there who's planning on doing it, the thing that we all wake up every day hoping we'll see in the news, and we're like, man, no one's done it yet. Keep going. Your plan, it's gonna work. If not, it'll inspire the next person.
You might get your terrorists, and you
side,
might close the border, but like
the
this,
extreme right
and
is
then we've elevated
fucking horrible.
Charlie Kirk.
Did you just hear what I said? The extreme right is horrible.
Now the norm.
No, it's not.
Really?
No, it's not, because then I would have to say the extreme left is the norm of the liberal
You
left.
can't, though.
Yes, I can.
No, you
yes,
can't.
I can. Yes, I can.
How? What did I just say to you? I just said the president of the United States was mocking Paul Pelosi.
Did you not hear the things that our president, when Biden was president, I'm going to take him out. I would take him out under the bleachers, and he was talking about beating Trump up.
Yeah, he's trying to be a fake tough guy.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, to take a fake tough guy to take on the bully.
Yeah. I've heard this so many times. Suddenly he's the fake tough guy, but Trump is insensitive. It's like it's always one-sided. But the idea that he said the extreme right is the new norm, I'm like, no. The norm is the silent majority that never had an opinion, and you went so far to the radical left because you only listen to the radical left. They decide the policies.
I actually did like him, his personality, and it makes you think. This is what he said about Joe Biden.
Yeah, say that last part again, though. He does what?
What?
He makes you think.
He makes you think.
Okay. The left is just as up, dude. And until you understand that both extremes are both just as dangerous, there's a problem.
Well, I will say the people that are like, yeah, Charlie Kirk, and, glorifying it, same thing would have happened on the right. These are the same people.
Did you hear me denying that?
It is kind of a mirror, but to act like fact that I just said we've been doing those quotes with Charlie.
Okay, but
Kirk
here, let me ask you this.
Has been elevated to
let me ask you
where
this.
he is. This is the new norm for the Republican Party.
I like that it's the new norm, because here's what I'm going to say to you about the new norm. that may be what you're saying is the new norm, but the new norm on the left is actually shooting a person running for president because you didn't like their speech, and shooting just a person who had debates that wasn't a politician.
So we're just ignoring all the right-wing stuff.
No, but they actually shot him. They actually shot and killed him.
Okay, so they're more proficient and they're not
No.
Where's
Are they?
You're just calling stuff right wing, but you didn't watch it at all. Justify possible shooting, or maybe I'm understanding you wrong, but still you're like, well, even if his defense is, oh, you're gonna shoot me, he says, oh, so you're just gonna ignore all the right wing stuff? I'm like, hey, whoa. Suddenly, but at the same time you said,
his personality, and it makes you think.
Isn't that a good thing?
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Butta fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk. Creo yo colombici jam jam. Durloketa berdetta welcome.